Good evening, Hamlin County. Please review the following information and contact Kellie Smith if you have any questions, and we will address those concerns in a future broadcast. Number 1, the Extended School Program, sponsored by the Hamlin County Board of Education, will be providing childcare throughout the summer at Hillcrest Elementary School. We are asking all community members to register their children for this program by June the 5th if you have any interest in enrolling your child. We will need to have an estimate of the number of children enrolling so that we can effectively staff and plan for the summer program. Registration forms can be picked up at Hillcrest Elementary School or found on the school district's website. The Department of Human Services is offering free child care for all essential workers during the state of emergency through August the 21st. Parents can apply at tn.gov or by following the link provided at the end of this broadcast. It is extremely important to apply for the free child care by June the 15th if you are an essential worker. Don't miss this deadline if you need child care. Number 2, the school district suspended its feeding program this week. We will need a few days to restock inventory and give our cafeteria workers a break. Our food service employees have prepared and served over 260,000 meals since school was closed. We will resume the feeding program on June the 1st at East High School. We will serve curbside meals from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, which will include both breakfast and lunch. We will provide free meals to all children 18 years and younger. Please pull around to the side of the building where the cafeteria is located for pickup. Number 3, many in the community have asked about conditioning and athletic practices this summer. The school district will allow limited summer practicing and condition with small groups beginning June the 1st. We will allow fall sports conditioning and practicing to begin June the 1st and winter sports to begin on June the 8th. Again, it is important to understand that we will have small groups in each of these practice sessions, and all coaches have received strict protocols to follow to ensure student safety. It is equally important to understand that the practices are strictly voluntary and no athletes will face any type of consequences for non-participation. We will continue to monitor health conditions and modify these practices if needed. Number 4, we will attempt to provide one last high school athletic experience for our seniors before some leave the community. We will provide specific details to our students, but wanted to give our community the basic information so that you can schedule. We will allow our tennis teams to participate in an event on June the 15th. Soccer will participate on June the 16th. We will have track and softball activities on June the 18th. We will end the week with baseball on June the 19th. All activities will be held at 5:30 p.m. Each student athlete will be given 4 tickets for individuals to watch the game. We will allow our student athletes to wear uniforms and to take pictures after the game, but no school-related uniform or designations can be worn during the actual activities to ensure that we comply with all TSSAA guidelines. Number 5, the school district has received a number of questions about next school years. At this point, we are focused on closing out this school year and making sure that our seniors have everything that they need to graduate. We are also in the process of closing out our financials for this year. Over the next couple of weeks, the leadership team at the central office will begin working on contingency plans for the upcoming school year. The extent of the virus is unknown at this time, so it is virtually impossible to fully plan for the school year in August. However, we are working on plans to address 3 different scenarios if they were to occur. The first scenario is that the reopening of the state's economy goes well and we see no resurgence of the virus. Under these conditions, there will be a heightened sense of awareness. We will clean more frequently. Students and staff will observe strict health protocols, and the school year will not be normal, but it will resemble a more traditional school year. The second scenario is that we experience an increase in the number of COVID-19 cases over the next 2 months as we reopen the state and people begin to travel. Under these conditions, a normal school year will probably not be possible. Under these conditions, we may have a hybrid instructional program. Some students may actually attend school in small numbers, while others would have a remote or online experience. A number of our staff and students may have compromised health conditions, which would prevent them from actually attending school. We would need to have some type of online or remote option for these students and for these staff members. We will require staff members with compromised health conditions to help provide and monitor this online or remote learning experience. This may enable us to reduce classroom sizes down to a more manageable level, which would conform to CDC guidelines. Strict health and safety protocols would be required for all staff members and students. We would monitor a variety of health data points daily and determine if we could continue with school. The third scenario would involve health conditions significantly deteriorating, which would make it unsafe and impossible to return to school on a normal schedule. Under these conditions, we would provide remote and online instruction for all students. Clearly, there were a number of issues associated with remote instruction at the end of this school year. We are working on multiple initiatives to ensure that we can effectively implement the curriculum next year if we're not able to return to school. We do not have all the details worked out at this point, but we are moving forward with addressing the multitude of challenges created by providing quality instruction to over 10,000 students while still maintaining a safe environment. This will not be an easy task, and it simply will not be perfect, but we can provide a level of instruction which will keep our students meaningfully engaged in the learning process while we are out of school. The key to next year will be flexibility and adaptability. We may be required to make a number of modifications to the school calendar, to the instructional day, make modifications to our transportation route, make changes with our school meal programming, and change athletic events. We must develop a mindset that we cannot create absolute plans in June because the situation may become very different in August. Future health conditions will impact what we do during the school year, and we simply can't remain faithful to a plan created in June. There will likely be modifications to the school calendar. This may be the new normal, and we will be forced to work under different standards in the near future. It is important to understand that the school calendar could be modified significantly. A resurgence in the virus within Hamlin County or decisions from the state or federal level could require us to close or delay school. This could prevent us from starting school on time, increase the length of the school year, lengthen the school day, or eliminate certain breaks within the calendar. It is our hope to maintain the calendar as adopted, but I understand that hope is not always a good plan. We will need to have a multitude of plans ready to address a contingency of health conditions which may arise in our community. There is no need for panic or for individuals to speculate at this point. There are simply too many unknowns for anyone to focus on any specifics at this time. However, we did want our community to know that we're working on viable plans to deliver instruction if we are unable to attend school. We also want to emphasize the fact that we hope to provide some type of childcare for our working parents if we are forced to close schools again. We fully understand that closing schools have a tremendous and negative impact on Hamlin County. We will continue to provide child care if we can do so in a safe manner. Regardless, the safety and well-being of our staff and students will be our first priority, and guide all decisions that we make. We certainly do appreciate your attention to this broadcast, and we wish you the best.